A wealthy business owner wrongfully fires a black employee after getting her pregnant. Years later, their son gets hired at the wealthy man's company, and the man is shocked when he hears the black man's last name. Amara Grant stood in front of Richard Collins' desk, her hands clasped tightly. Richard hadn't looked up from his papers. Finally, he set his pen down and leaned back. Amara, he said, his voice calm but distant, I assume this isn't about work. Amara's heart pounded. She swallowed hard and forced herself to speak. No, it's not, she said softly. I'm pregnant. The silence was suffocating. Richard didn't move. I see, it's yours, Richard, she added. I thought you should know. Richard sighed. Amara, this is unfortunate. Unfortunate. Her voice wavered. Yes, Richard said, his expression cold. You should have been more careful. Clearly not careful enough, he replied. And now you're telling me because you what? Expect me to do something about it. I thought maybe we could figure something out. Richard's face hardened. I'm married. I have a family, a reputation. This was never supposed to be anything more than what it was. The words hit her like a punch. She had been a fool. I'm keeping the baby. Richard, he stood. I can't be involved in this, Amara. This conversation, it never happened. Understand. Her blood ran cold. You're just walking away. If you make this a problem for me, I'll make sure you regret it. He sat back down, his expression icy. I'm saying this is your last day at Collins Associates. You'll be discreetly let go. You're firing me? Because I'm pregnant. Because of you. I'm protecting my family. If you try to come after me, I'll make sure you never work in this industry again. Without another word, she turned and walked out. Tyrell stood in front of the mirror, adjusting his tie. It was his first day at Collins Associates. Walking into the kitchen, he found Amara seated at the table, her hands wrapped around a mug. Mom, how do I look? Tyrell grinned. First day at Collins Associates. This is big, right? Amara nodded slowly. Yeah, Tyrell. It's big. Something in her voice threw him off. You okay, Mom? I am happy for you. I don't know about that place. What do you mean? It's one of the top firms in the country. I just want you to be careful. That's all. Mom, this is what we've been working toward for years. Just be careful. Tyrell, promise me. Inside Collins Associates, Tyrell was led upstairs by Miss Robinson. As they moved through the floor, Tyrell spotted Richard Collins, the CEO, talking to executives. But as they passed, Richard's gaze flickered toward him. Their eyes met, and Tyrell froze. There was something in Richard's eyes, a brief flicker of recognition. Then it was gone. Later, Miss Robinson approached. Mr. Collins wants to see you in his office, now. Tyrell's heart pounded. Why would the CEO want to see him on his first day? He stepped into Richard Collins' office. The room was massive. Richard sat behind his desk. Tyrell, come in. Have a seat. How's your first day going? Good, sir. Everything's going well so far. Richard studied him. Your name caught my attention. Tyrell's chest tightened. My name? Yes. Grant, isn't it? Yes, sir. Tyrell Grant. Richard's gaze lingered. It's a strong name. Reminds me of someone I used to know. That evening, Tyrell returned home. How was it? Amara asked. It was fine. Well, actually, I met Richard Collins today. Amara's hand tightened. You met him? Yeah. He called me up to his office. Amara stayed silent. Tyrell leaned forward. Mom, what is it? She took a deep breath. Richard Collins, he's not just your boss. He's your father. For a second, the words didn't make sense. What? That can't be right. It's true. Richard and we were involved a long time ago. Tyrell stood up. How could you keep this from me? I was trying to protect you. Richard, he didn't want you. When I told him I was pregnant, he fired me. He blacklisted me from the entire industry. Tyrell froze. He blacklisted you? Yes. I had no income, no support. He just wanted me out of his life. Why didn't you tell me sooner? I thought I could keep it buried. But when you got a job at Collins Associates, I couldn't keep it from you any longer. Tyrell paced the room. I don't even know what to do now. That's your choice, Tyrell. But Richard is powerful. He could ruin you just like he ruined me. I'm not afraid of him. 2 days later, Tyrell made up his mind. He couldn't keep working for Richard like nothing had happened. He heard Richard and his family often dined at a high-end restaurant. That would be his chance. When he reached the restaurant, he spotted Richard at a table near the window, his wife Catherine beside him, and their son Elijah across from them. They were laughing, completely unaware. Tyrell stepped through the door and approached the table. Richard didn't notice him at first, but then, as Tyrell drew closer, Richard's eyes lifted and froze. The recognition was instant. Richard's face tightened, his smile fading. Tyrell stopped at the edge of the table. Tyrell, Richard said, his voice low. What are you doing here? I'm here because you need to face the truth. Catherine turned toward her husband, confused. Richard cleared his throat. Yes, Tyrell's a new employee. I'm not here about work, Tyrell said firmly. I'm here about something that happened a long time ago. Richard's expression darkened. This isn't the time or place. I think it's exactly the time and place. You know who I am, don't you? Richard's jaw clenched. We can discuss this another time. No, we'll talk about it now. In front of them, Elijah frowned. Dad, what's he talking about? Tyrell took a breath. I'm not just some new employee. I'm the son you abandoned. Catherine's eyes widened. What? 24 years ago, you fired my mother, blacklisted her from the industry. You left her with nothing and walked away. Catherine's hand flew to her mouth. Richard, is this true? Richard said nothing. His silence was the only answer they needed. You have another child. Catherine's voice trembled. You did this to someone and never told me. How could you? Elijah's face hardened. Richard finally spoke, his voice hoarse. I made a mistake. You didn't just make a mistake, Tyrell said. You destroyed my mother's life. Richard looked up, his eyes filled with something like remorse. I'm sorry. Sorry doesn't change anything, Tyrell said coldly. You don't get to say sorry and walk away. With that, Tyrell turned and walked out of the restaurant. The truth was finally out, and now Richard would have to face the consequences.